श्रीमान वेंकटनाथार्य कवितार्के केसरी वेदांताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि श्रीवासरंग परकाल मुनित्रयाप्त लक्ष्मात्मरक्षण इत्युद्योगागमान्तम् आचार्य भक्ति परिपूत मनर्गशीलं गोपाल देशिक मुनिं गुरुमाश्रयामः। आचार्य सार्वभौमन स्वामी वेदांत देसिकन्स शरणागति दीपिका. It is our parama bhagyam to be asked, to be instructed as a Bhagavata Ajna, Acharya Kripa, to go through the wonderful Vyakhyanams, the extensive deep meanings of Sharanagati Deepika during this Dhanurmasam. The entire Tirupavai is on Sharanagati Tattvam and all reflects and mirrors the entire Sharanagati Tattvam in Tirupavai. And that Sharanagati Tattvam is so beautifully, in a crystal clear manner, established by Vedanta Desika in Sharanagati Deepika. Let's enjoy the 4th and 5th slokam today. Padmakarādupakatha parishasvaje tvam vega sarit viharana kalashabdhikanya ahustada prabriti deepa sabha prabriti deepa samavabhasam ajanato marataka pratimam vapuste. Padmakarādupakatha parishasvaje tvam vega sarit viharana kalashabdhikanya ahustada prabriti deepa samavabhasamajanato marakata pratimam vapuste. Last slokam, Swami Desikan mentioned, Deepastvameva jagatam dayita ruchiste. You are the Deepam for the entire universe. And Sarva Jagattukum Devarire Deepam. You are the lamp. And Te Dayita Ruchihi. Your spouse, divine consort, Mahalakshmi, is the Ruchihi, Kanti, the Chudar, the brightness. And that is explained. Deepastvameva jagatam dayita ruchiste is explained in this sloka. Here, Mahalakshmi embraces, hugs the Lord's Marataka Tirumeni. Marataka means emerald, Maragadakkal, they say. So, Marataka Tirumeni, she hugs. So, when Lakshmi embraces the Lord's Tirumeni, her luster, her jyoti, which is like the golden color, tapta jambunatapa, that golden color gets mixed with the Lord's Tirumeni with a glow like that of the Deepa, the light. The luster is due to Lakshmi. The light, if it is not lit, the lamp is there, nobody has lit. It is just lamp. There is no flame. The luster, the brightness comes to the lamp and it becomes bright. The Sthala Purana relating to this shrine, which is Tupul Tritanka, there is the Sthala Puranam refers to Mahalakshmi coming out of the kulam, the tank inside the temple. And that kulam, the tank is called Lakshmi Saras. And it has a name Padmakara, Lakshmi Saras. So she came out of the tank within the temple to the north of the Sannidhi. And that Padmakara, Lakshmi Saras, she came out and she got wedded to the Lord. So Lakshmi and the same Mahalakshmi, once during another incident, she came out of the Ksheerabdi, milky ocean. Kalashabdi Kanya, that Ksheerabdi, from the Parkadal, she emerged out when it was churned. So it was said that Pashyatam Sarvadevanam Yayav Vakshastalam Harehe. She came out of Parkadal Mahalakshmi, and when all the Devas and Asuras were looking at the most beautiful Mahalakshmi coming out of the Milky Ocean, she straight away walked to Sriman Narayana and seated herself on the divine chest, Vakshastalam. Pashyatam Sarvadevana. Everybody was seeing. While they see, she went and got herself seated in Vakshastalam Harehe. So, Lord Deepaprakasha, your consort Mahalakshmi arose from the pond, Lakshmi Saras, approached you and embraced you too closely. She is like a golden color. Hiranyavarnam Harineem Suvarnarajata Sajam. You are, Perumal is like emerald hue, Maragadakkal, Pachaima Malaipol Meni. Now you have really become one like the flame of a lamp. So, from the Padmasaras, she came out, and Pirati on herself, she came out and hugged him, embraced him. And commentators enjoy that. When the Purusha enjoys the spouse, it is of course enjoyment, but it's not as much as when a lady does. So here, Mahalakshmi herself comes and performs Alinganam, which is all the more ecstatic for the Lord. Rasam Mikkade. Rasikas enjoy that. So together, Vishnu Patni, goddess, she is held on Sri Vaishnavam as inseparable from her Lord at all times. The Vishnu Purana itself says she is Anapayini, Nitya Anapayini. Vishnoho Sri Anapayini, Vishnu Puranam says. Ramanuja uses the same expression in his Sharanagati Gadyam. Sriyam Devim Nityanapayinim. So even in the state of dissolution or creation, prior to creation, Vishnu is associated with Lakshmi, which the Rig Veda mentions. So the passage in Rig Veda referring to the creation of the universe states that before the creation nothing existed except one. Tadekam Swadha. The word Eka corresponds to Sat of Chandogya Upanishad and refers to Brahman. The term Swadha, with which reality is associated, is interpreted as Lakshmi on the authority of Vishnu Purana, which uses Swadha, which is exactly synonymous with Lakshmi. In fact, all Vedams have got Purusha Suktam. And Purusha Suktam talks about the Purusha. And in the end, it says, Hrishchate Lakshmi Chapatnyau. That Purushan has Lakshmi as the Patni. So, here, Pirati Taluvinal, Pirati embraced. So, Deepa Prakasha, because of that, the blue-hued Trimeni, the emerald-like Trimeni. Maragata Kundram, Tiruvaimazhi, second, 2.4.5 talks about Maragata Kundram. You are like a emerald hill. Tirikanden, Ponmeni Kanden, Peyalvar enjoys because both of them are together. Nilato Yata Madhyastha Vidyulleke Vabaswara. Narayana Anuvakam in Purusha Suktam. Nilamunda Minnanna Meni Peruman. Trivrittam 29th Pasunam. Namalvar says, Nilamunda Minnanna Meni Peruman. The blue-hued with the lightning colored Mahalakshmi. Minnaloli tannul Neela Karumegate Utkondadu Pola. Neelato Yata Madhyastha Vidyulleke Vabaswara. The dark clouds has consumed the lightning. And that is the Anubhavam, Neelato Yatamadhyastha Vidyulleke. All these things are so beautifully brought out by Srivat Sankachar in his commentary. And Pirat, another Apurva Anubhavam. Pirati, like the brightness is the yellow golden color. Perumal is emerald. And because of the embrace, the emerald golden is called, the Perumal himself is now called Maragata Varnan. The Tayar is Maragata Valli in Tupul, in Tirthanka. That Maragata Valli has embraced, and hence he has become Maragata Varnan. Ajanato Maragata Pratimam. Yajna Purushan. Perumal on his own natural form is Maragatam, emerald. Adi Vannan Pal, Peyalvar says. So he is Maragata Pratimam. And in fact, Nedundandagam 14th Pasuram also mentions the same thing. Swami, the Ramaswamy Iyengar enjoys this. Mulaikadurai Kurungudiyil Mugilai Muva Mulagum Kadanda Appal Mudalai Nindra Alappariya Aramudai Arangam Meya Andananai Andanarsam Chindayanai Vilakkoliyai Maragadattai திருத்தன்காவில் வெக்காவில் திருமாலை பாடக்கேட்டு வளர்த்ததனால் பயன் பெற்றேன் வருகை என்று மடக்கிளியை கைகூப்பி வணங்கினாளே. திருத்தன்காவில் மரதகத்தை விளக்கொளியை மரதகத்தை திருத்தன்காவில் வெக்காவில் திருமாலை பாடக்கேட்டு. ஸோ இஸ் மரகத பிரதிமம் வப்புகு. இஸ் மரகத பிரதிமம் இஸ் த ரிஃப்ளெக்ஷன் ஆஃப் தட் மரகதம். பச்சைமணியாகிற மரகதத்திற்கு சமம், equal to Maragatam. So the account for the glow of gold which makes the Lord's Tirumeni as Ponmeni. The Upanishad describes him as gold to his fingertips. Apranayakat sarvayeva suvarnaha. How does it come out, the emerald like Tirumeni shining with a golden color? That's because Pirati is there. Tirukanden, Ponmeni Kanden. I saw Tiru first. I saw the gold color first. And then the Ponmeni, Maragadavannan. Ultimately, he tells us that he saw them, the ocean-hued one, an Adi Vannan Pal, the ocean-like color, dark ocean-like. First, Tirumeni, Tirukande and Ponmeni. Vedanta Desika mentioned the same Adi Vannan as Ajanatam Maragata Pratimam Vapuhu, with the body whose natural color is that of the green emerald. By Lakshmi's embrace, a golden glow lights up that emerald. Such a beautiful manner it is talked about in this. The name of the Tayar, Maragadavalli, and that Maragadam has become his color. Sloka 5. Swamin Kabira Subhagam Shramahari Pumsam Madhur Eram Yamanagam Manibanga Drishyam Vegantare Vitanute Pratibimba Shobham Lakshmi Saras Sarasija Srayamangakamte. Swamin Gabira Subhakam Shramahari Pumsam. Most beautiful words and such an enjoyment by commentators. Madhurya Ramya Managam Manibanga Drishyam Vegantare Vitanute Pratibimba Shobham Lakshmi Saras Sarasijashrayam Angakamte. Here Lakshmi Saras, Deepa Prakasha Bhagavan are both are in the shore of Vegavati river, and two meanings are given in this slokam. The Lakshmi Saras, which is the tank, Padmakara tank, as mentioned in the last slokam, that Lakshmi Saras is deep and lovely. And so if somebody goes and takes bath in that Saras, in that Kulam, in that tank called Lakshmi Saras or Padmakara tank, it completely removes our fatigue, removes our exhaustion, and it gives us cool feeling. It makes us wonderful, fresh when we take a bath. It is beautiful because of the sweet taste of its water. It's completely pure, faultless, the water. It is charming to look like, it looks like an emerald piece. Emerald broken bit, it looks like. And it is a lotus pond. It is a resort for lotus. So this is on the Kulam, Lakshmi Saras. There is another meaning, and that is about the Lord, Deepa Prakasha Bhagavan himself. So one is about the Lakshmi Saras, other is about the Lord, Deepa Prakasha. And the other meaning is the Tirumeni, the Divyamangala Vigraham of Deepa Prakasha is completely incomprehensible, unfathomable loveliness. Its soundaryam, its lavanyam is completely indescribable. And it's capable of removing all our distress, all our sorrows, grief. Who resort to the Lord as the only refuge. It is sweet, it is enjoyable, and it is completely devoid of all imperfections. Akilaheya Pratyanikan, Doshangalukku edirthattanavan. It's completely devoid of all imperfection. There is no dosham, defect, evil, and it is so charming, like a emerald stone piece. It's a broken bit of an emerald, and it is the seat of Lakshmi. It gets gloriously reflected in the river, in the center of the river Vegavati, and lends luster there to the Vegavati river. So, in the previous slokam, the Lord's Maragada Tirumeni, the blue sapphire, emerald-like Tirumeni, as embraced by the golden-hued Mahalakshmi, was described in the 4th slokam. In this slokam, Swami enjoys the Tirumeni of Deepa Prakasha, enjoyed as the lotus tank itself. Poigai Kulam, Tamarai Kulam, Sarasijashraya, named Lakshmi Saras. So the lotus tank, Sarasijashraya, named Lakshmi Saras, is compared to the Lord's Tirumeni. And it was Nammalvar who mentioned, he is the one who started the Lord with the lotus tank. Tamarai Neel Vashattadam Mayakutta. In Mayakutta Patte 8.5.1, he says, Tamarai Neel Vashattadam. You are Tamarai Kade. You are like a lotus tank. The Alvar tells the Lord to come to him like a fragrant lotus kulam, lotus tank, with pure and red lotus flower. The eyes are the lotus flower, the hands are the lotus flower, the legs are the lotus flower, and the bud, lotus bud, is the coral-lipped mouth. The whole body is a lotus card, tamarai card, green color. It is, the whole body is like a lotus leaf. So the leaf, the flower, the bud, everything is there. Tirumangai Alvar also refers in Tirunadandandagam 19th slokam. Potramarai kayam neerada ponal puruvatral yenmagalun ponnum agde. Potramarai kayam in Tirunadandandagam. And even the Mukundamala, the 9th slokam. Karacharana saroje kantimanetramine sramamushi bhujavi pyakule kartamarke harisarasi vigahya tejo jalaugam bhavamaru parikinna kedamadhyatyajayi. Hariyagira Saras, he drowns himself, he immerses himself in the enjoyment of the Saras, the pond of Sri Hari. Devanayaka Panchasat 9th slokam is a Gambira Purna Maduram Mamadir Bhavantam Grishme Tatakami Vachit Amatu Pravishta. In the hot, scorching summer, he gets into the cool stream of water and gets rid of his thirst, his sweat. And like that, my buddhi is entering into you and takes bath in you. That is why the whole Tirupavai, she says Neeratam. ஓங்கி உலகளந்த உத்தமன் பேர் பாடி நாங்கள் நம்பாவைக்கு சாற்றி நீராடினால். நீராட்டம் is bathing is nothing but enjoyment of him. The தாமரை தடாகம், the பொய்கை குளம், the lotus pond enters into him. Even in Daya Satakam, Slokam 43, again Desika enjoys how Srinivasa is Daya Devi's Dirghika, a long pool, a swimming pool for Daya Devi. He mentions Tirumalai, Daya Devi, Tirumala is your playground. Venkatesha, the Lord Venkatesha is the Saras, is the Kulam, is the pond, and lotus pond, and Perumal is your swimming pool. The Ramaswamy Iyengar enjoys all this. The one reflects the other end. And here he again mentioned that employing Slesha, the same Lakshmi Saras, is compared to Lord Deepa Prakasha's Trimeni. So Desika enjoys the Pratibimba Shobha. Bimbam is the object, Pratibhimbam is the reflection. So both probably get reflected in the waters of Vegavati, the Lakshmi Saras. So the Shobha, the luster is spread. So beautifully the sloka is compared with the lotus tank and the Lord Trimeni. Gabira Shubhagam, deep and beautiful. The tank is beautiful because of its depth. The Lord's Trimeni is beautiful because it defies analysis or description. It is so deep that one cannot comprehend. Sramahari Pumsam. This is yet another beautiful meaning. Srivat Sankacharya enjoys this. Sramahari Pumsam. By getting into this bath, by getting into this tank, our sramam, our tiredness, fatigue will go away. By bathing ourselves into the enjoyment of Kalyana Gunams of Perumal and the Divya Saundaryam of Perumal, all our papams will go away. Pumsam is the plural of Puman. Puman is a human being. Swami says, Srivat Sankacharya in Sri Rahasya Ratnavali Hridayam, Vedanta Desika mentions, and he describes that Puman is a person whose if he has these following 4 qualities, he would be able to completely alleviate the entire scorching samsara tapam by enjoying the Divya Saundaryam and the divine gunas of Perumal. What are the 4 qualities? Upastam, Udaram, Pani, Vak. On these 4, he is pure. What does it mean? 1, not looking at other women at all. He becomes a Napumsakalingan, neuter gender, when he looks at other women. Number 1. Number 2, having complete control over the consumption of food in accordance with Shastras, Ahara Niyamam. That is 2nd. 3rd, stealing. Abstinence from stealing means not coveting others' property. Even our Jivatma, our Atma, is Perumal's property. Considering that it is ours itself is a stealing. Atma Paharam. So 3. And not doing any harm, illness by words, by action, any ill feeling towards others. Adittu tunburutuvadu. By word, by action, by thoughts. Not having that is the 3rd. Parushya Parivada Chorkalal Mattorvare Shuduvade. Burning, acid tongue. With the tongue we can hurt anybody. Teenal Suttapun Ullarum Arade Navinal Sutta Vadu. We should control our tongue and not just like that lash out anybody Vai pulichado, manga pulichado. Just like that, not talk about anyone, talk ill about anyone and hurt them. Words will permanently hurt them. So if somebody has these 4 qualities, he is Puman, and the plural of such Puman is Pumsam. For that Pumsam, he is Shramahari. For him, for such quality people, he is Shramahari. He would get rid of their Shramams, means the samsara tapams, means one should have such Atma Gunas. And he is Madhurya Ramyam, charming, lovely because of its sweetness. Madhurya Ramyam. The tank also has got water which is sweet. The smell is so fragrant. The Trimeni of the Lord is sweet. The smell is so wonderful. Sarva Gandhaha, Sarva Rasaha, the Upanishad says. He has got fragrance. He has got taste. Anagam. Next. Flawless. So Gambira Subhagam, Shamahari Pumsam, Madhurya Ramyam. 4th is Anagam, flawless. Agartamamimam Tirtam Bharadwaja Nishamayaha. Ramayana tells us that the first and foremost virtue of a tank of water is absence of dirt. And Prasanna Shalilam, the lucid clear water. The Lord's Trimeni is renowned not only for being totally free from doshas, also the capacity to get rid of the papams who jump into them, who set their eyes on it. If we just look at him, it is Shubha Ashrayam. It cleanses us our papams and it is enjoyment also. Apidhan Mauliparyantam Pashyatah Purushottamam Patakan Yashu Nashyanti Kim Punastupa Patakam. Apidhan. So, he is so beautifully, D.R. Swami writes down. Then Manibhanga Drishya, lovely to look like a broken piece of emerald. Even the Lord is mentioned as Adaragita Charuvamsha Nala, Makutalambi Mayura Pinchamala, Harinila Shila Vibanga Nila. The Lord is noted for his Harinila Shila Vibanga Nila. The exterior of an emerald is of course blue, but when split, the blue color is quite intense and immense, because that is why it is split emerald. Broken piece of emerald. Broken piece would be much more glittering. Then Sarasija Ashrayam, which we just saw. Kannum Kamalam, Kamalame, Kaitalamum, Mannalanda Padamum, Matravaye, Kannum Shantamare, Kayum Avay, Adio Avaye, Namalva says. Kaivannam Tamarai, Vai, Kamalam Polum, Kanninayum, Maravindam, Adiyum Magde, Trimangalva says. His Trimeni is full of lotus. Namalva refers to Karumanik Kamalaimel, Manittadan Tamarai Kade, such a plethora of lotuses. That's why Pundarika, Swami Desikan mentions that Pundarika Vana Ruchi Lundaka Lochana, Raghuvira Gadyam. Pundarika Vanam Ruchi. Raghuvira Gadyam he mentions Pundarika Vanam, he is the lotus forest. Sarasija is the name of Lakshmi. The tank with its lotus is called Lakshmi's place. Sthanam Yasyaga Sarasijavanam. Sthanam Yasya Sarasijavanam Vishnu Vachastalam va. So that is why it is Vishnu Vachastalam. Hence the Tirumeni is Sarasija Ashraya. Here the tank is Sarasija Ashraya. Agalagillen Irayumendra Alarmel Mange Urai Marban. Who but he can be a Sarasija. Only he can be a Sarasija Ashraya. The place occupied by the Sarasija Ashrayam between Lakshmi Saras on one side and the Lord Trimeni on the other side is to be enjoyed. The place occupies the Sarasija Ashrayam. It is one is Lakshmi Saras, other Saras. So Sarasija Ashrayam. Other side Lord Trimeni. Sarasija Ashrayam is the ultimate enjoyment between the two, the tank and the Lord's Trimeni. Adiyan. आचार्यं त्रिविडिगले शरणं कवितार्किक सिंहाय कल्याण गुणशालिने श्रीमते वेंकटेशाय वेदांत गुरवे नमः।